Hello, once again. Um, Thank you very much for another edition of Insights into College Admissions. Today I have with me Catherine Ince. Catherine is the International Student Recruitment Manager for Imperial College, London. Catherine, thanks for joining me today.
Thanks for having me. Great to be here.
Before we get into the college and the questions that I would like to ask you, please tell me a little bit about yourself and how you got into Imperial College.
Sure. So I've been at Imperial now coming up for 10 years. So I joined in 2012, been in the international student recruitment team the whole time. I've been specifically kind of looking after advising and liaising with schools in the Americas for around 7 or 8 years now. But I'm part of a team who kind of cover the whole world. We'd normally obviously be traveling, but very much kind of engaging kind of virtually like this as much as possible at the moment, but certainly hope we'll be back out on the road very soon.
Great. I know that Imperial College is a very popular institution among students, not only in the US, globally. So I'm just out of curiosity, would you please tell me the 3 characteristics that make your institution stand out, and that's why so many students are interested to come and study there?
Yeah, so I guess the first thing is that we're a specialised institution, so quite different to a lot of universities you'll find in the UK. We're the only one in the UK to solely focus on sort of STEM and business, so science, technology, engineering, medicine, and also business. So yeah, we're very kind of focused. We're also pretty good at what we do. So normally in the kind of rankings, you'll see us kind of in the top space. But I think another characteristic really is that it's not just about kind of, sort of straightforward teaching in the sense of just learning around the subject. We've got a really big push around kind of innovation and enterprise and kind of pushing boundaries. So using that kind of scientific knowledge partnered with that kind of business acumen, I guess. So something we offer all our students get involved in is things like our enterprise lab, whereby they can take part in things like pitching competitions, mentorship schemes, so they can kind of potentially actually make their ideas into a viable business. Also, we're incredibly international. I think that's kind of reflective of the city that we are based in London, but it is something we're very proud of, and we're very kind of proud of the kind of international collaborations we have. So with international partner universities, our academics teaching staff are from around the globe, and our student body is very reflective of that. So over half of our students come from outside the UK, and we very much kind of think that enriches the experience at Imperial, because it means you're getting ideas and perspectives from across the globe. You're not just getting a British education at the end of the day.
So as an international institution with that global mindset, so I'm guessing your students tend to go abroad, meaning, whether you have agreements with other institutions whereby your students could go there and they could have, and vice versa, their students come over to your campus. Is that right?
Yes, so we don't actually have a kind of open sort of study abroad program as such, but our departments will partner up with other institutions around the globe that very much kind of match their curriculum. So each department will have an option to do a year abroad kind of degree program. Not all our students will do that, but for example, our mechanical engineering department will be teamed up with a department elsewhere in the world that's very kind of similar curriculum, because we actually tend to integrate the program, so students don't add a year onto their degree program. They do one of their years at one of our partners. But we have partners in the US, so places like the University of California system, MIT, but then places such as NUS Singapore and across Europe as well.
Super. So students will definitely have an opportunity to reach out, not only to study locally in London, but if they wish to see what's out there at other institutions, that's also permitted. And then why should a student attend Imperial College?
Yeah, so I mean, in terms of kind of knowing you're going to finish with a highly regarded quality degree, I think that is something they can be reassured by in terms of, the rankings, how well recognized, our alumni are. We have fantastic careers record in terms of the employability and sort of graduate starting salary. So we have some of the best records in the UK university sector for that. But I think it's more about the kind of added extra that you are offered at Imperial. So whether it's that sort of entrepreneurship side of things I mentioned, to the ability to get involved in research. There's the undergraduate research opportunities programme where students in their summer holidays can take part in research that's going on in the university, but even internationally as well. So the IROP scheme, so they could go over to MIT, for example, for the summer and do a research placement. We also have things like our iExplore programme. So we're always looking to kind of innovate in our curriculum as well. So the iExplore programme enables every student to take a class outside their department. So it could be in another science or engineering, but it could be in humanities, business, or looking at kind of global challenges as a project. And that doesn't even mention, all the kind of clubs and societies and all the usual kind of student activities students get involved in. So I think it's that quality, education in terms of the degree program students studying, but it's all those kind of added extras that we offer as well.
That's very interesting that you mentioned research, because I know some institutions, they do not focus so much on research for undergraduate students. And I know for a lot of graduate schools, this is one of the criteria that help a student to gain access. So that's quite a good thing for students actually even thinking to come to your institution. So what is the most important factor then once a student gets admitted to succeed at Imperial College?
Yeah, I guess it's continuing what we hope we'll see in the application process in terms of kind of students being curious, being problem solvers, kind of being open to try things in terms of kind of, that research mentality. A lot of our curriculum, will involve things like project work, for example. So it's having that kind of mentality of, kind of applying their knowledge, to tackle problems. So, we kind of say we're a community of problem solvers, really, in terms of having that engineering and science kind of focus. We're all about kind of solving those problems. So really, those students who continue that sort of mindset do really well.
Thank you, Catherine, for answering these questions for me. As I said on the top of our discussion, I would definitely like to touch base with you later on, just to have something perhaps in the majors that you offer, because you mentioned STEM, which is something good, and I think you mentioned business as well. So we could, have a discussion on how you guys are doing in the market in those two areas. So I would like to touch base with you sometime in a few weeks or a couple months. Thank you very much. So now for those of you followers who will have a chance to listen to my discussion with Catherine, you heard Imperial College is one of the colleges that is well known and a lot of students are interested. The important thing is that you have to be a curious student who's interested to challenge yourself and to get new skills. But if you are still confused with the college admissions process, just give me check my website, louisedconsulting.com. There you can just shoot me an email or just schedule an appointment and I'll get back to you. And you can also follow me on Louis Educational Consulting on YouTube. That's my channel there. For any other questions, if you like the video, you can leave me comments for any of the videos that I have on the channel. Leave me a comment or just send me an email. Thank you very much for this edition of Insights into College Admissions. I'll see you guys on the next one.